As a publisher, creating sites and ad zones in the admin panel is easy. You can create sites and their ad zones by clicking New Site and New Zone. Once you've created at least one site, it will appear when you click New Zone, so that you can create a zone on that site. So let's start by creating our first site. To create a site, log in as a publisher and click on New Site. Name. Here we'll add a name that we can recognize when checking the Statistics tab later. We'll add a brief description here. If the website qualifies for premium status, this description will be displayed to advertisers. Here you can set whether you are adding a website or a network. If the traffic is coming from multiple site sources, select Network. If it's a single site, select Website. Make sure you choose correctly or it'll affect your revenue. URL, we add the website URL here, including the HTTPS at the start. Then we choose the main category. Ensure that the category selection matches the content of the URL accurately. Make sure that it matches what's on the site or it may be rejected. Our site is a travel website that sells holidays to people living in the US and Canada, so we'll select Entertainment and Lifestyle. The URL of the website will also be used to determine what type of advertising the site will receive. So in our case, the site is called avalontravel.com. The system will search this URL for keywords and use it to direct the right type of advertising to the ad zones on it. In this case, the keyword travel will be used for this. When you've entered the details, click Create Site. We'll then perform the site validation by following the on-screen instructions. So now that we've created a site, we can create our first ad zone. So to do this, click on New Zone and select the site that we just created. We can create an ad zone to receive any ad format, but some formats are more effective than others, and all have their pros and cons. For example, pop-under ads can be very effective, but they're quite intrusive and can diminish the user experience of your site. They tend to have a high eCPM as a result and are used in a sparing and targeted manner. There's various different options for each different format, but many of the filtering options will be common to all formats. So in this case, we'll create a banner. We should name it in a way that will make it easy to recognize later. A good way to do this would be to name it using format, size, and position on the site. So we'll call this zone Banner 300 by 250 NTVA. Site. The site we created will be here, but if we'd created other ones, we could change it. The category Entertainment and Lifestyle will be set also, but this is set with the site, so we'd need to create a new site if we wanted to change this, or select a new site to use. We can also select a subcategory. Next, we'll choose the format of the ad zone. Some ad zone types have various different formats to choose. We'll select Rectangle 300 by 250. Border. We can also set a number of pixels of a border for the ad zone. Fallback HTML. Turning on this switch will allow you to set an alternative piece of HTML that will show if the floor CPM that you set here isn't met. So here we can say that if we don't get anybody willing to pay this minimum amount, show a piece of HTML here in the ad zone instead of an ad. We might use this to, for example, show our own ad or show an ad of another type. So then we can filter the ads as well. We can make sure that the advertising we get is effective, appropriate and compliant, so we can filter the ads to achieve this. Here we can block certain types of ads or specific target audiences by simply clicking the types of ads or target audiences that we wish to block. We could use this to block animated images, for example, or to prevent video banners from showing. Whether for personal reasons or local legal requirements, you may want to block certain adverts from your websites. In our case, we want to make sure that the ads we receive are not adult or connected with gambling. So once we have filled in the filtering details, we can click Create to create the code snippet for our new ad zone. All we need to do now is copy this code into body on our site. However, we can also use tags to ensure that we receive the exact kind of traffic that we want. So once you've generated the ad zone code, you can also add keywords or tags to it to ensure that you receive the type of advertising you need. So in our case, we want our ad zones to receive relevant ads connected with travel and holidays. We could add the tags travel and holidays to ensure that we get these types of ads. To do this, we'd add the travel and holidays tag to the ad zone code like this. We can also use sub-IDs to segment the traffic that arrives at our ad zone and view statistics for it in the Statistics tab. You can use them in any way that you like, so in our case, we might use them to segment our traffic according to where people come to our site from, whether they come to it from a Google search or from other sites. So we'd add a sub-ID like this. We will soon begin receiving ads in our ad zones once we've copied and pasted this code onto our site. Thank you for watching this video.